She's a girl called Mayumi, who was Japan's first and most loyal Monty Python fan.
Drop it already.
I've fixed a rendezvous at a city centre cafe. But first, I've got to find my way there, on my own. Well, almost on my own. The only trouble is that though we've exchanged many letters, Mayumi and I have never actually met.
Mayumi? Are you Mayumi Navetsu? You are?
Yeah.
Hello, nice to see you.
Hello.
Am I allowed to give you a quick kiss? Is that...
Oh.
No. I don't do that in Japan too much. How are you?
Welcome.
Now, what is this? Oh, somebody told you I was coming.
Welcome to Tokyo.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Fine.
Well, it's very nice of you to do this crazy thing. It really is. But I thought we ought to meet after all this time.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Because when was it?
20 years already.
20 years when you wrote me the first letter?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I started learning English. I just wrote, I am a Japanese.
Yes.
I am a girl, like
Yeah.
this. And then you wrote me back.
I loved your
And
letters. I
everything
say,
was
I'm
good.
English, I'm a boy. 20 years. I'd be a young lad of 32. You're probably a
Like
bit
you
disappointed.
look like this.
Oh, that is wonderful. During the long hair. Holy Grail,
Yeah,
isn't
Holy
it?
Grail.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you're in the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Well, we got to meet after all this time.
Yeah,
that's really nice. You know, I've been trying to find my way around Tokyo, so that's why I thought it'd be rather nice if you could show me around.
Sure.
All right.
Leaving the corporate tower blocks and cold plazas behind, Mayumi and I head for the slightly shady street life of a working-class neighborhood called Asakusa.
This street looks like a more gambling street.
Yes.
There's a stands
Yeah.
for the newspapers of horse racing.
Yeah.
This guy is selling horse race ticket.
Yeah.
And this gentleman here, I think he
Did
won
he?
something.
How much did he win? Can you ask him?
いくらで買ったんで
Excuse
す
me,
か
we're from England.
イギリスから来たんですけ
A
ど、
great gambling nation.
ギャンブルが好きな国民なんですけど、he spent only 1,000
He spent
yen.
1,000 yen.
これ
Which
で
is,
With
こ
this
の、
ticket,
だから5000円な13でだから37万円
That means 370,000 yen he won.
on a 1,000 yen
That's
bet.
right.
Hey,
370.
good.
Yes.
Congratulations. Yeah. Well, let's stick around. Back to your place. I feel a bit of a racing fever coming on, Mayumi.
Okay, why don't we try horse
Should we
racing
try?
here?
Hot
Hot
fe
Fever's number one.
Yeah.
Or do you want to try 7 super license?
super license, okay? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
number one
BBC,
is
very
7.
appropriate. Super
Super
license.
license.
Okay.
1と7でお願いします。Number 7 is
I find horse race commentaries difficult enough to follow in English. In Japanese, it's totally impossible. For all I know, super license could have been carried off by extraterrestrials.
Orange Fever. We won!
We won? No, number 7. Really?
一番7番入ったんですか両方とも
Yeah.
17
We won. Number 7. Hey, well done. Well, there we are, you see. Nice, look at that. Number 7. Yeah, that's it. All right.
All the money.
Here we are.
All the money.
126,000 yen. On, what, a 5,000 bet?
Right.
Yeah. So it's about 12 to 1. And the horse was called Super License, so, you know, there we are. That's, we better not show this too much. We'll divide the winnings.
A grand total of £845.63 pence. The most I've ever won on a horse in my entire life.
That's yours. And this is mine.
We celebrate at one of Tokyo's oldest restaurants. For 190 years, undeterred by earthquakes and American bombing, the Dojo Nabe has served the people of Tokyo with something they could not get in quite the same way anywhere else.
There we go. Thank you.
こっちからね
Right.
はいこっちからはいどうぞあそこの席に
Yeah.
はい
Well, I've been places without chairs before. I've never been anywhere without a table.
News of my big win must have got about, for the owner of the restaurant himself, Mr. Watanabe, insists on joining us.
Mr. Watanabe, what is it that you serve here? What's your speciality?
Order dojo nabe.
Dojo nabe.
Dojo nabe.
It's a
Yeah.
cooked loach on the pot.
Cooked loach.
Loach.
I've no idea what
Dojo
loach is.
The loach is a freshwater fish which has two vital attractions for the Japanese. It aids both digestion and virility. Once selected, the lucky or unlucky loach are tipped into wooden tubs and served copious amounts of sake, the Japanese rice wine.
They drink in the sake, they become full of sake.
Enjoy drinking.
They enjoy it, yes, all right. The loach get pissed. The loach get very pissed, and then what happens?
The tottering loach are then upended into a soup of largely secret ingredients. To complete the dining experience, each table is supplied with its own blast furnace.
Has this recipe been in use for 195 years?
No change at all from the beginning of the restaurant.
I'm sixth generation.
You're sixth generation of people who run this, so the Watanabe family.
That's a
Is your son
tradition.
going to do it as well?
Maybe, I hope so. He working at another company.
Is he?
I'm a dishwasher.
In cooking. He's a dishwasher, is he? Oh, starting at the top.
Let's start now.
Mr. Watanabe's enthusiasm for loach borders on the obsessive. He even publishes a loach newsletter 4 times a year.
Yeah. Do you eat the whole fish? Bones and everything?
Yes, and leeks on the top of it.
Yeah. The whole fish goes in, really?
Hot. Very careful.
The leeks, the onions are very, very good with it. They're really just have that nice sort of clean taste.
They tell me the restaurant has a famous slogan.
Oh, that's your slogan, yes. If you keep eating, you can't die. Because if you died, you wouldn't be able to eat. Right. Oh. This may look like an hallucination brought on by an overdose of loach, but it's actually Tokyo on a Sunday afternoon. A mile-long stretch of Yoyogi Park is closed to traffic and open to almost everything else. Or so it seems. In fact, it's all strangely clean and innocent. By dressing as English heavy metalers or Dutch punks or American rockers, these young Japanese can be outrageous and blame it on somebody else. It's an acceptable way of showing off in a country where showing off is not encouraged.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Shinkansen. This is the Hikari Super Express, bound for Hakata. We will be stopping at Shi-Yokohama, Nagoya, Kyoto, Shi-Osaka, Shi-Kobe.
It's time to leave Tokyo and Mayumi, my excellent host, and head south on the bullet train, accelerating fast until we're lapping the Tokyo suburbs at 2.5 miles a minute. The train will take us down to the southernmost island of Kyushu, from which there's a ferry for Korea. But we're almost 200 miles out of Tokyo, before the featureless urban sprawl gives way to something like open countryside. Halfway